You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
So we are joined with Janys and Jeremy. It's a bit of an update on the Promenade Festival. Firstly, it's great to have you back here at BRFM.
Thank you, Daniel. It's good to be back.
Now, when is the Promenade Festival? I think is the best thing to start off with.
Yeah, it's in late September. It starts on Friday the 21st of September. It's on the Saturday the 22nd and on Sunday the 23rd.
So what will be happening there then?
There'll be all sorts of things. There's going to be music, art, history, drama. There's going to be talks about Dickens and things like local ships that were built in the Janys docks. There's going to be films. At the Heritage Centre there's going to be all the different versions of Oliver. There's going to be things for the whole family and sort of things for grown-ups.
So what sort of family things will be there then?
There'll be a parade on Saturday, and there's going to be Punch and Judy, and at Barton's Point there's going to be on the Sunday a family fun day, which is going to include donkey rides, brass band boat trips, swing boats and many other things. It's going to be like a Victorian fun day.
We are talking all about the Promenade Festival here at BRFM. We're talking to Jeremy and Janys all about it at the moment. So we are at the moment joined with Jeremy and Janys. They're telling us all about this year's Promenade Festival, which is running here in Sheppey from Friday the 21st of September to Sunday the 23rd. What is the difference about Promenade this year, Jeremy?
Last year, Promenade was only in Sheerness, and we got quite a lot of feedback from people across the island saying, why couldn't it be island-wide? And our committee said, well, yes, that's a really good idea. So, yeah, this year we've worked to make it across the whole of the island. So we've got events this year in Eastchurch, Hearty, Queenborough, Minster, as well as events in Sheerness. We don't have any big names this year, but it's going to be all about the fantastic things we have got here on the island.
So, Jeremy, would it be fair to say that this is all about taking pride in Sheppey's tourism and history?
Yes, very much. The island has much to offer. It's got a really rich history, and it would be hard to beat in other areas as small as this. The naval dockyard is a big part of this, and we've given the festival the theme of What the Dickens to draw attention to the fact that Charles Dickens' father was employed at the dockyard for a short time, and Charles Dickens was here as a small boy. He also visited the island in later life, and there's an exhibition about his visits at Minster Gatehouse all weekend.
So how has the festival been funded?
We've been busy applying for various grants and loans and what have you, and we've been quite lucky. We've had money from the Queenborough Fisheries, which we're going to spend on buying lamppost banners, and some of the Swale councillors have given us money from their local engagement funds. We've had a couple of parish council donations, and we managed to get £1,000 at the Sheppey Little Theatre for drama from the Co-op Community Fund. We've also had a couple of donations of gifts and what have you, and Sherlin the sheep was donated to us by pyramid cutters, and Sherlin the sheep is the mascot of the promenade this year, and anywhere where there's an event on there will be a Sherlin the sheep.
So will there be details of what's happening in local press and other places?
Yes, there's details of what's on at that weekend already on our website, which is www.sheppeypromenade.org. There should be articles in the paper probably every week now. We've also distributed postcards with some of the details of what's on in all the libraries and post offices across the island, and there's going to be a detailed leaflet coming out at the beginning of September. There's going to be banners in Sheerness High Street with the dates on in other locations, and of course Sherlin the sheep, who Janys has already told you about.
We are at the moment talking to Janys and Jeremy. We're talking all about this year's Promenade Festival taking place from the 21st of September to Sunday the 23rd. So we are at the moment talking to Jeremy and Janys. We're talking all about this year's Promenade Festival right here at BRFM. So can you tell us more about the events which will be on this year?
Yeah, there's going to be a parade on the Saturday. The Big Fish are organising it, and we're asking people to turn up in Victorian costume, come as gentlemen and brides, come as urchins, come as anything Victorian, basically, and we want as many people to join in as possible on that. We'll be marching from Beachfields to the clock tower, and there'll be a life-size Punch and Judy there, which the Big Fish are doing. So that's one event which promises to be exciting. Miss Havisham is going to be at the Sheppey Little Theatre. This is a one-woman show by Linda Marlowe. She's currently performing at the Edinburgh Festival, and that's going to be really, really popular, and people are going to need to book early for that to avoid disappointment. So, yeah, we've got other events as well. We've got the Bluetown Heritage Centre are going to have a music hall show, which is going to be a taster of what they're hoping to offer on a regular basis. So again, that would be one to go along and have a look at. And 365, the people who've been doing the photographs all year, they're going to be displaying their photographs at Castle Connections in Queenborough. So there's lots for people to do. There's a fun day at Barton's Point. There's Norwood Manor are opening their doors to the public. That's a very old house, very interesting. It's also got some timbers that have been taken from Shurland Hall when Shurland Hall was dismantled at an earlier point. So there's like really lots of interesting things to come and do and see.
So one of the things our listeners will certainly probably remember is the Big Fish had a shop in the High Street for a fair time. Will they be doing anything like that during this festival time?
Yes, they've actually got a new shop for which will begin, I think, at the start of September. They're going to be where the bookshop is currently near the station.
Right.
And yes, they will be there. And the Swale Arts Forum are going to be using that shop as well to do some of their work. So yeah, that's really fantastic. And also they're going to be doing a play called Strength and Durability, which is about barge building and local characters there, which is going to be song and words, and that sounds like it's going to be really interesting as well. And that's going to be at the Bluetown Heritage Centre. So yes, there's lots going on.
So what other events are going to be happening at the Sheppey Little Theatre?
Well, on the Friday evening, we've got Will Palin come along. Will used to be the Secretary of SAVE, Britain's Heritage. He's going to be talking about the Dockyard Church and all the other attempts to sort of try and save the heritage there and the old buildings. And as part of that talk, I'm also going to be talking about ships that were built in Sheerness. So, if you like, that's a double bill on that night. And also, there's something else which Janys is going to tell us about now.
Well, I was going to say actually that the tickets for that are £3 and available in Sheppey Glass during shop hours. Please don't contact Sheppey Glass out of hours, because that's really only for 24 emergency boarding. So during shop hours, that's when tickets are available. On the Sunday, we're going to do a free event at the theatre in the afternoon, which is about Foley, which is the technical word for sound effects. And what it is that when you see a film, all the sounds are put on afterwards, for things like horses' hooves and the jingling of the chains, etc., and all of those kinds of things. So we're going to do a free event where we'll be talking about how the noises are made and how this is done, and then we will run a film and get people to make the noises as the film goes along. So that's going to be really great.
So what are your hopes for the Promenade Festival this year?
Well, we hope that Islanders will turn out in force and support the festival. We want to make it an annual event, and we'd like people to come from Swale and Medway as well as wider Kent and see just exactly how special Sheppey is. Last year we had quite a lot of visitors, and people told us we did feedback forms, which we'll be doing again this year, and people were saying that they'd come from Tunbridge Wells and down from London. People that come to their caravans normally made it a special journey to come at that particular weekend to see some of the events, and we hope that those people will be coming again this year.
So will there be a festival next year, and will there be sort of problems with funding? How will that affect what happens?
We've done a lot with a very small amount of money this year. We hope there will be a festival next year, but it really does depend on people coming out and supporting us, and obviously that will have a big influence on what we do next year. So what I'd say to the people of Sheppey is come out and be a part of it, come and support us, and hopefully we can make this an annual event every year, so people can celebrate how proud they are to be a part of it, and also we can attract a lot more tourism and interest from outside of the island.
Jeremy and Janys, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along and updating our listeners and telling them all about this year's Promenade Festival.
Thank you,
Thank
Daniel.
you.